Blade and Soul was arguably one of the two MMORPGs, including Terra, that my wife, MRSSTIX, and I first played together back when I was still in Australia, when she was in North America. So it has a special place in our heart. This was one of, if not the best action combat MMORPG other than Terra and Black Desert Online that really took the world by storm. It really showed the genre that, well, action games could be really good too. This was at a time when turn-based MMOs were pretty much the most popular type of MMO, and people looked at action MMOs as some kind of like subgenre or niche game. Things like Continent of the Ninth, Vindictus, these were very small games with very small communities comparatively to larger ones like World of Warcraft, like Rift, like Ion. So it's sad to see, and I'm sure you noticed the title, saw the thumbnail, so you already know the topic of the video, but it is sad to see this happen to Blade and Soul. Not just Blade and Soul, but the entire Blade and Soul intellectual property. Blade and Soul Heroes, which is essentially Blade and Soul 2, is a spin-off, is also known as Hoyeon, has officially announced that they are shutting down. Admittedly, I played this. I didn't really think it was a very good MMO. I thought it was a fine mobile MMO, but I believe I did a video saying that it was a good MMO, a good mobile MMO, but a bad PC MMO. Yeah, the video in question is right here. Blade and Soul Heroes is a great mobile MMO, but not PC MMO. So I made my opinions abundantly clear. I thought that as a PC MMO, it wasn't going to do very well because it wasn't very good. The game officially launched on September 24th, 2025. That's literally... That's actually approximately 3 months ago. That is how recent this game is. And within 3 months, they have announced and confirmed they are shutting down. Looking at the reviews overall, they're sitting at mixed. Recent reviews are 80% positive in the last 30 days, but apparently that didn't matter. Looking at the Steam concurrency numbers, it actually peaked at 2,999. There are 150 people playing as a 24-hour peak, which is actually a peak for them. They average 50 to 70 concurrent players. Oh my God, it's no wonder they announced this. But I mean, you know, just another typical NCSoft L at this juncture. Thankfully, the game is also available fully cross-platform compatible. God damn. Okay, that's impressive looking. Sitting at 3.3 stars out of only 3,000 reviews. 3,000. It also has over 1 million downloads. For reference here, if you want to compare this to another cross-platform MMO, Blue Protocol Star Residence has 500,000 downloads and is rated 4.2 stars out of 13,000 reviews. Yeah, now let's go ahead here and take a look at the exact reasoning they gave. Notice of termination of service. The fun of combination and manipulation all in one. Another way to enjoy RPGs, switching RPG, Hoyeon. Hello everyone. Hoyeon's journey, which began on August 28, 2024, this was in Korea, has now passed a year and only 3 months globally. First of all, I'd like to bow my head and express my deep gratitude to all the families who have loved and supported Hoyeon. We have sad news to share. The Hoyeon will be ending its service on Thursday, February 19, 2026. This is in Korea. I'd assume they're going to follow with global shortly after. I'm unable to live up to the love you've given me. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this sudden news may have caused. Sorry we couldn't spend more time together. You know what? Actually, when I'm thinking about it, another MMO that released completely cross-platform that also shut down within months of launching, Grand Saga. Grand Saga's global version, an idle MMORPG, had a very short lifespan, launching globally in late 2024, around November 13th for the full release, and before shutting down on April 30th, due to difficulties in maintaining stable service lasting only about 4 months in the West. God damn. 4 months, but you know what? Hoyeon announced it even quicker than that. Blade and Soul Heroes didn't even make it to 4 months. They announced their end of service in 3 months. This might go down as the fastest MMO shutdown in history. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Thank you for your loving words that helped us move forward in a better direction. Every single word of your precious encouragement remains in our hearts. The support and joy that our parents gave us will remain unforgettable memories. I sincerely hope that even after your journey ends, memories of Hoyeon will remain warm in your heart. They will definitely remain in our heart. They'll remain as a part of our memory that goes to continue to remind us why we do not trust NCSoft as a studio, because they always do us dirty. They always do their games dirty. Starting today, all paid items in the store will be discontinued, and some channels on the official Discord will also be disabled. Please refer to the bottom for detailed service termination schedule and compensation information. That's crazy. I cannot fathom it. I mean, Blade & Soul released was a huge success all around the world. Blade & Soul Neo Classic was supposed to release, and then they rebranded Neo Classic into just Blade & Soul Neo, and it ultimately did not do very well at all. It got critically panned, and ultimately people quit about as fast as they joined. They spun off another Blade & Soul game, Blade & Soul Heroes, which, I mean, evidently, you look at the Steam charts, did terribly. Everything in the Blade & Soul IP has done terribly. And that all stems from the same source. NCSoft don't know how to manage their games, and at this juncture are just throwing every idea they can at the wall, hoping something sticks, when the reality is nothing seems to be. And that's because NCSoft have just kind of lost touch. They have gotten complacent and just don't really understand what MMO gamers want anymore. And honestly, not a lot of studios do. It's why Blue Protocol Star Resonance isn't doing too great. It's why Throne Liberty isn't doing too great. It's why Ashes of Creation isn't doing too great. All these MMOs, they have this idea of what players want, when the reality is none of us want what they are offering us. But I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, should we even be disappointed? Should we even be sad? This was, honestly, if you like mobile MMOs, a decent MMO, but for a lot of us that play PC MMOs, this was just kind of shit. And we're not going to shed a tear over it. I told you all that the game wasn't going to be very good or do very good, and I mean, lo and behold, it wasn't, and it didn't. But at the same time, what MMO this year has done very good? I can't name a single release in years that has. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.